Hi everyone, I'm Jimaku Brimstone and welcome to the review of Endangered Species, the second record by the nu metal band Flaw. This year, we've celebrated the 20th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. This video is a part of my ongoing series Dementia December, where I review records that I do enjoy, but I forgot to review them on the exact anniversary day. Flaw is a band I found like 12 or 13 years ago, but I'm sure I've heard their music before, like in 2002-2003, because back then I would watch MTV and other stuff like that, like every day, so I'm sure I saw a music video for Payback or Hole at some point, but I don't remember that. I do remember that back in 2012 I've went through their discography because I was searching for more nu metal bands, and I did enjoy Flaw, especially their demo albums, American Arrogance, the 98 one, Drama, all of that stuff. Through the Eyes, which is actually a great album with some solid songs. And then I've listened through this one, and I want to tell you a story about this record, how it was done, and also how interesting the demo versions are and the finished product. When it comes to Flaw, Chris Waltz on the vocals. He's been with the band, since 1996, a founding member. Then we have Lance on the guitars. He's been with the band since 1998, so since the second demo album. Then we've got Ryan on the bass and acoustic guitar. He's also the founding member. And what's interesting is that while we have a different drummer performing here, Micah or Havertape on the drums, all of the drum parts were actually written by Chris Ballinger, also a dude that has been with the band since like 99 or 98. Yeah, he's not here, but he wrote the stuff. Chris is considered like, one of the OG members, even if Ivan Arnold was the founding drummer with the band Flaw. The most interesting fact is that one of the founding members, Jason, the main guitarist, is absent from this record. He's going to come back on the next one, Divided We Stand, something like that. And also, all of those dudes, those three ones, also are on homegrown sessions from 2008 or 9. So it's quite interesting how much the lineup would shift, but most of the key founding members would always find their way back into the band, at least until 2017. Lance was back again, like in 2014, then he left again. Ryan was also there. Like, they're always coming back, but since 2017 all of the founding and long-standing members quit except Chris Waltz, and since then this is like his solo project or some shit. I really do not enjoy what's Flaw been doing the last couple of years. Their newest record I enjoy is Divided We Stand from 2016 because it has almost all of the founding members, so they wrote good music. The music on Endangered Species was written by the bassist, primary, Ryan, and Lance, the guitarist. What's interesting is that Wait For Me was written by the vocalist and the producer, who also did the keyboards work on the record, David. This record has become a victim of corporate greed. Universal has basically destroyed this album, and I'm going to tell you why. Why? Because money. Through the Eyes sold well, so Universal wanted more singles, more pop rock music, more rock music, so boomers would enjoy it, like Nickelback, Creed, Crossfade, stuff like that. More in that vein. No more shouting, screaming, no more rapping, no more energy, more laid back music. And this record is so weird because it got leaked, the original CD, and also all of the B-sides, like before the album or after, that doesn't matter. What matters is that almost every song on the record and the demo version that was recorded like 6 months earlier is very, very different. Vocally, lyrically, not that much. Some of the lyrics are retained, others are completely changed. I am very surprised at how dumbed down the instrumental work has become on the final product. Like the label was scared that if you do more changes in the music and the structure, if you add too many melodies, people might not, follow that, which is surprising and hilarious at the same time, but I'm not laughing because if you're damaging the final product, this is not good. And yeah, Endangered Species is truly an endangered species of a record because it shows the time when a label tries to basically change the vision of the artist to become more mellow and more, family friendly, I would say, So the music is more dull, basically. And in this review, we're going to focus on the final album, but we're also going to review all of the B-sides and all of the differences between the demo version and the final cut version. So the production on the record was handled by the band and David, and I must say that it's tight, it's clean but heavy. I love how bass is up front, you can always hear the bass. The guitars and the drums are also mixed in perfectly. This production fits the songs perfectly. I just wish we would have more heavier songs with this production because, as you know, they add more laid-back songs here. What's funny is that the production on the demos is non-existent, but still they do not sound that bad, the demos. They're just fine, could have been better. Message is diverse. These songs are mostly about personal struggles, relationship issues, addictions, stuff like that. Very personal, very emotional on some levels. Also, there are some tracks that are more society-based, about humanity, history, us, people, we the people, stuff like that, like on the track All the Worst. That's quite nice. Now let's focus on the structure. It's basic, usually a standard intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Sometimes they spice some things up, like after the first chorus they add one new segment, and after that we get the verse, chorus, chorus, then the bridge section, which has like 2 to 3 segments, and then the outro. So yeah, nothing fancy, but it works. When it comes to the music on this record, I would just call it nu metal. It's pure nu metal, but we get some ballads on this record that are not nu metal like at all. It's just like standard rock music. But the more heavier tracks, yeah, classic nu metal. When it comes to the demo songs, some of them infuse death metal with nu metal, just guitar-wise, not vocally. Now, let's focus on the musicianship on this record. Let's start with the drummer. Well, he's playing well. The parts were written by Chris, but the new drummer filled in the void perfectly. I love his groove, the style, the precision of his playing. It's fabulous. The drumming is perfect. I have nothing else to add here. Next we've got Ryan and his bass sound. The bass is audible. Ryan mostly does not care what the guitarist is playing, and he's going off on his own, playing his own melodies, and that's beautiful. I love every single bass line on this record. Sometimes even when I don't enjoy some of the guitar riffs and the vocals, it's the bass that carries the song, that makes it stand out and makes it memorable. Next we've got the guitar work by Lance, and I must say that most of the guitar riffs here are fabulous, especially on the demo tracks. The punchy, gritty guitar riffs, breakdowns, the very Chuck Schuldiner influenced riffs here and there, which I was just surprised to hear because this is a nu metal record, but we get some harmonies like on Death Symbolic or The Sound of Perseverance records, and I was like, why is this happening here? Also, most of that stuff is cut on the final album, but on the demos, the Chuck Schuldiner's harmonic guitar riffs, they are present, so it's quite interesting to hear. I do enjoy the guitar riffs. I wish they weren't that dumped down on the final product, but overall Lance was carrying this band here, and his guitar riffs were smooth and fun to listen to. Last but not least, we've got the vocals by Chris. I love his singing. He has such a distinct voice. He sounds so tortured, so emotional. Yeah, his singing resonates with me, with my soul, my heart. It's beautiful most of the time. Sometimes on the final product he goes too little opera-like for me, but on the demos he always carries on. I also enjoy the screaming, shouting and growling, which is not that present on the final record, but on the demo versions there is much more screaming and growling, even rapping at some point, which is quite nice, and it adds more variety to spice things up. Now let's rate individual tracks. The album opens up with Medicate. This is one of the best tracks on the record. I love the instrumental work here, the main guitar riff. Oh no, this won't be right. No, this one more day. You know, that's the verse. Chris's singing is beautiful here. No, just one more day. I love the chorus here so much in this song. I cannot stop this ride, I'm growing cold inside. This I can't decide, will sickness be mine? I cannot stop this ride, I'm growing cold inside. I should have let it slide, will sickness be mine? I love that, it's so memorable, so catchy. Then the verse happens once again and it's fun. So that's good. Then the chorus again. Then we get the bridge, which is quite interesting because it has something akin to a guitar solo. After that the chorus comes back and the outro, and that's the entire song. I love it, but what's even more interesting is the demo version. The demo version is like 90% of the same instrumental work, but the vocal lines and the singing, screaming is completely different. The verses are like, you seem you can grow to me, I can't agree. You wait a sip away at night, thinking of me. And then we get the chorus. Good character is rare, but all things we do deserve I carry on, watch you push through. It has completely different vibe. It sounds like a completely different song. And I must say that the verses in the demo blow out of the water the verses on the final cut, you know, on the album. Like, why? But the chorus in the demo is not as good as on the album, but it's also fantastic. Like, I love both of these choruses. It's so funny that you have one song but two versions, and in each version the vocals slap all the way. And I love the more heavier nu metalish, death metalish bridge section here with screaming. He's just screaming, but there is no guitar solo in the demo, so it has different guitarists. I don't even remember which version had this part, to be honest. It's just too much. It's too much, but I love both Medicaid songs. I prefer the demo version because of how fun and beautiful vocally are the verses, but the chorus in the album version is way better. So I guess the best version of this song would be to mix both of these versions, you know, keep the verses from the demo, keep the chorus from the final version, then take the bridge from the demo and just add the solo on top of it, and that's it. That would be my favorite version of Medicaid then. But what we've got here is beautiful, so 11 out of 10 to the album version, 12 out of 10 to the demo version. Endangered Species, now this one, the title track, I love this song, it's very fun to listen to, the singing is just so good. It seems that it has died, what is this, when to live? Sorry, I don't remember the exact words, but I do love the entire song. Yet again, I am pissed off that the harsher, more emotional vocals are scraped off in the album version, and you can only find them in the demo track. The demo version blows out of the water again the album one. The vocals are way better in the demo version, they have more grit, especially in the bridge. Sometimes Chris even screams in the song, like he does overdubs, so he's singing and screaming at the same time, something that is not happening in the album version, and it annoys the hell out of me, because the album version has way better production, so again it's easier to listen to, because you preferred a song with better production, but the emotions are not here in the chorus, they are in the demo version. And the bridge part, again, the emotions are in the demo version, not the final one. So it annoys me. But yeah, I prefer the album version's verses for some reason, because probably because of the production. Still, 10 out of 10, but 11 out of 10 to the demo version. Recognize is one of the singles, and I must say that this song annoys the hell out of me. Why? Because I love the vocals on the album version, I do enjoy the guitar riffs, the instrumental work is fun, it's nothing special, nothing fancy, but it works. The song is great, I have no clue why this is the single. Why did the label choose this one? Because we already know that the label was changing the songs, removing the harsher parts, they were making all of the decisions. Why use Recognize when you have some ballads like Wait For Me, or Not Enough, or Words Divide, or even All the Worst? Why use this song? This song is like half nu metal, half rock, it's like half interesting, half not interesting. There are much better songs on the record to choose as a single, especially tracks like You've Changed or Turn the Tables, so I don't understand this decision. But I do enjoy this song, I do enjoy the chorus a lot, the singing slaps, but then we get the demo version. The demo version is funny because the vocals in the demo version are not as good as the final cut, but the bridge is way better. For some reason the bridge has been cut in the final version of the song, it's way shorter there, and also they've removed the Chuck Schuldiner's death metal guitar riffs in the bridge, like there is that cool harmony, and it's absent on the final version to make the song more boring or some shit. Why would you do this? Why would you deliberately make the song more stupid? I don't understand this. So yeah, I guess I'm going to rate this track 8 out of 10 because I prefer the demo version because of the instrumental work. The instrumental work is better in the demo version, but the album version has better vocals. So it's actually really hard to choose which version is better. The best one would be just to re-record the demo version with better vocals. That would be the best of both worlds. Now let's talk about Wait For Me. This is one of the songs that was probably done in the studio like in the last week because the label wanted more ballads, more singles, rah, rah, rah. So Wait For Me was recorded and written by the producer and Chris, and it sounds like that because it sounds like a ballad, not a nu metal song at all. But I do enjoy some of the singing, the verses are very beautiful, the keyboard elements, yeah, quite nice. The chorus is just awful to me, the chorus... too wishy-washy, too like so yeah, the song is just decent, you know. If it had a different chorus I would actually enjoy it more. 6 out of 10. Many Faces. Again, this song is quite interesting because on the album it's nothing special, it's average, I don't care for it. The music is fine, the bass yet again shines through, but some of the guitarists are like eh. So yeah, not for me. But then we have the demo version, and the demo version has way better vocals, like from beginning to the end. Why? Just why? Why does it have more emotions? Why Chris sounds like he wants to be there? Because on the album version, he doesn't sound like that. So it's quite weird. If you want, listen to the demo one, because it's actually interesting. 5 out of 10 to the album one, 6 out of 10 to the demo. All the Worst. Now this is another song that wasn't featured on the demo album, so it's a new one. And I love it. I love the bass sound. All of this is just perfect, you know. Then the guitar riffs come in. This is very atmospherical, nostalgic, emotional. The vocal lines are so beautifully crafted. It's one of the best songs on the record for sure, and I love listening to it. It's a banger. This one should have been a single with a music video. I'm sure this would boost the sales of the record. 10 out of 10. You've Changed is the heaviest song on the record. I love the intro. We've been to bliss before. I just love that beginning. It's so heavy. Useless cries. Don't run on me. That's the verse. I let myself to feel. You've changed. Everything about you is strange. Look at yourself, you've changed. And you must be deranged. The thing I like it. I'm not the one who's changed. So that's basically the breakdown at the end. I love the chorus because it's heavy, it's emotional. The vocals are so soulful, so passionate. this is so heavy, this should have been a single day music video. Make a music video about abusive household, abusive family or something, or abusive relationship. Make it special. Like, why would you not do this? It annoys the hell out of me. You've Changed is a banger, it's great on the album. The demo version is actually worse. I feel like the reason for it is that while the screaming is way better on the demo, the singing, well, it's not as good. So you either choose the screaming on the demo or the singing on the final cut. I love both versions, depends on my mood which one I'm going to choose. So this is actually a great final cut because besides the screaming, which is not as heavy, probably because the label didn't want that, everything else slaps, you know, especially the instrumental work, which is flawless, you know, the bass, the guitars, the drums. 11 out of 10, 10 out of 10 to the demo version. Turn the Tables. This is another song that I feel like it should have been a single day music video. I love the main guitar riff. All the race runs and carry on when you do fall. So no matter the back is against the wall. You running into distance, running like of compassion. Show me, running on a ray. Just put the table to me. Stop acting like you really care. And turn the tables. So that was basically the verse and the chorus already. The song is quite fun. I love it. And I must say that, yeah, I have nothing to complain about here. The demo version is quite interesting because it's way shorter, because the song is played like in 10 BPM faster. It's way faster, and also the bridge is cut in half in the demo version. So if you don't enjoy the bridge in the final version of the song, just listen to the demo because like 20 or 40 seconds of that are simply gone. And the song is also faster, but yet again the production is worse on the demo, so you have to remember about that. 10 out of 10 to both versions. Words Divide, another song where I do enjoy the singing and the chorus. The bass lines carry the song, but on the album version I feel like it's a little bit too opera-like, too positive. It sounds very dramatic and too dramatic for me. So yeah, this one is not for me, but yet again, the demo version just has better flow overall, and the vocals sound slightly better. Yeah, it sounds kinda heavier on the demo track. So 5 out of 10, but 6 out of 10 to the demo track. Decide. This is another song where I just love the chorus and almost nothing else, because vocally the verses aren't that interesting, to be honest. The bridge also very boring, you know. But yet again, the demo version proves to be the superior cut because of the more angrier vocals. Also, it seems like the guitar riffs have more life to them, which I guess they were simplified for the album version. And one thing that I always forget to mention here is that whenever the song has a demo version, the lyrics are never the same. Like in Medicaid, the lyrics were completely different because the vocal lines are different, but in every other song, the lyrics have the same flow, but there are a lot of words that are changed. Some of the lines are completely different. Sometimes the bridge parts have like completely different words thrown in. So just remember that the vocals do sound similar, but the words are usually not. That's quite interesting. So 5 out of 10, but 6 out of 10 to the demo cut. Final Cry is another hidden gem on this record. I love the intro so much. The bass lines. It sounds fantastic. The verses go hard. Distance and something that shouldn't be there. So long, eyes closed to be wrong. Then the chorus happens in rain it around. This is our final cry. So yeah, the chorus is my least favorite part of the song. It's still great, don't get me wrong. I love the verses, but what's even better is the pre-chorus. And now, another critique of mine. The pre-chorus on the album cut happens only once after the second verse, but in the demo version, the vocals are way better, more heavier, more punchier. We have way more screaming, which is almost completely gone on the final version. Like the screaming happens like for 20 seconds maybe in the final cut, but on the demo it's almost always present because we get yet again overdubbed vocals where Chris is singing but also screaming in the background, and it sounds way more punchier and heavier. And I love that the pre-chorus actually happens all the time, and the pre-chorus here is probably the hardest part of the song. So that's that part, which only happens once on the record. On the demo it happens like twice or 3 times. I am not sure already, but it's better on the demo. The demo is just a better version of this song, period. So 10 out of 10, but 11 out of 10 to the demo version. And the final song on the record, Not Enough. This one has a lot of changes on the album and on the demo. So the album version is much more mellow, much more to appease the label. So lots of singing. The chorus is so beautiful. I love the singing on the chorus. And the bridge part, very mellow. Then the outro is like keyboard and like singing la 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 la. So I'm like, okay, fine. But then we get the demo version, and the demo version has a very long intro that should have been cut out because there's some weird effects for like a minute. Then the song starts, and what you're going to notice from the start that the guitars are heavier, the drumming is much more full of life, so it's more interesting all the way. The chorus slaps as much as the album version, if not more, but what makes this one stand out more is the fact that the bridge is slightly different and the outro is completely different. So in the final version we get that keyboard lame la 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 opera style, but on the demo we get a breakdown with singing and screaming, and it ends the song. So yeah, guess which one I like more. So 6 out of 10 to the album version, 8 out of 10 to the demo version. Now let's talk about the 7 B-sides that were not re-recorded for the album because the label didn't want these songs. At least that's what I think, because most of these songs are very, very heavy. So, Can't Forget. This one starts with some, telephone sound. Very heavy guitar riff. It has that old school vibe to it. It's like a song from 1997, it sounds like that. I love the verses, the screaming, rain my rise, rain my rise, and then the chorus happens. Look into my eyes and realize this is what it's like for me to bump you. Look into my... And then it has a very cool bridge part. You cannot see rain into our eyes, to our eyes. Into the sun is real. Very beautiful song. It doesn't have any segment that I wouldn't enjoy. It's a crime that this song is not on the record. 10 out of 10. Nothing Else is in my top 5 Flaw songs. This is fantastic, it's heavy. The guitar riffs in the verses are very Def Chuck Schuldiners inspired. To roll, to rise, to roll, to rise, to run, to rise and punch you. Yeah, the guitars are so good in the verses. Like, why wouldn't this be on the record? I like the intro as well, and then that cool riff. The chorus slaps. Alright, right. What's your purpose? Right. When it's time, I believe in myself. Nothing else. I believe in myself. Nothing else. I believe in myself. Nothing else. I believe in myself. So yeah, there's lots of screaming, singing, rapping. It's full of energy, passion. This is like, if you haven't heard this song, go listen to it right now, because it's so annoying that this is not on the record and almost no one heard this song. Like, it's a damn shame. This is like a banger from beginning to the end. I love the bridge as well. Like, he's doing Disturbs Down with the Sickness in the bridge. Like, something like that, and I just love that part so much. It's so full of hate and like rage, this entire song. This might be actually the heaviest Flaw song. Like, I haven't heard them go off like that ever again. So check this one out if you like heavy music. This is nu metal with some death metal sprinkled in shit. 12 out of 10. sound your voices. It has very inspired vocal lines, the verses slap, same with the chorus. The only part I am not a fan of is the bridge la 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 for like 10-20 seconds. Everything else slaps, musically and vocally. Go check this one out, 10 out of 10. Changing Places, I love this one. Yet again, it brings back that old school nu metal atmosphere with some little bit pieces of those death metal riffs sprinkled in. So the beginning, this is the rise on the singing, I'm that real sun around the rain and the sun. So that's the verse, very melodic, it sounds great. Then the pre-chorus happens with do 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 do, a lot of screaming. Then the chorus happens, raging places, something like that. It's great. I love every single section here. This is another highlight and a damn shame that is not on the record, because it would be better than the album itself. 11 out of 10. Keep Me Behind and One Step at a Time. These songs are very similar to each other. Keep Me Behind is a ballad with very beautiful vocal lines. The music is also quite nice. It's a great song. Like, why isn't this ballad on the record? I enjoy every single section here. 8 out of 10. One Step at a Time is even better because it has way less interesting instrumental work, at least to me, but the vocals carry this song. Like, Chris sounds so tortured, so melodic here, so full of emotions. I love the chorus so much and the verses. Yeah, it's not a perfect song, because I am not a big fan of ballads, to be honest. Like, I rather skip them, but this one, when it comes on, I'm never going to skip it. I'm like, yeah, that's the shit, man. 9 out of 10. And the final song, Consequences of Emotions. This is another ballad. It's over 6 minutes long. It sounds like a Nirvana song because of the guitar riff. It's quite repetitive, to be honest, but yet again, the vocal lines are carrying this song, and this is way better than Wait For Me or Decide, Voids Divide. Yeah, so why is it not on the record? Yeah, I don't know. 8 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is various and the flow is disrupted. Replayability? Yeah, maybe. Score? Good. It's a good record. The demo, on the other hand, well, consistency would be like stable, flow would be digestible, replayability, yeah, it would be an excellent record. So let's focus now on the final cut of the record. As you can see, the songs are dumbed down, some of the vocal melodies are changed, the overdubs with screaming and growling are removed, so you wouldn't feel passion or energy behind the music. The production is top-notch, and it's the only thing that this final cut version of the record has over the demos, the production, because everything else is like very disappointing. There are some songs here like All the Worst, which wasn't on the demo, that is a great song. Then what else? What else can I praise here? You've Changed actually sounds better than the demo. That's basically it. Like, this is like basically butchering a great album with very shitty decisions. Demo versions of the songs are way better. I rather listen to the demo album but with the production of this album, you know, final cut. That would be a dream come true. If that would happen, you know, if we would have gotten actually Endangered Species how it sounded on the demo but with the production of the final product, this would have been probably the best Flaw record, and it wouldn't be a commercial failure. At least that's what I believe in, because this band was basically shitted on by the label. They didn't get like any promotion, any music videos, any just one single, and also like choosing Recognize as a single. Why? Why would you do this? If I was an exec producer at the label and I was managing this band and I would like be in charge of giving them money for promotion and shit, I'd be like, I know what people want to hear, fans and the normal people, so you should have just chosen You've Changed as a first single, so to show fans that the band is still heavy. Then choose All the Worst, because it would be a great radio single with a music video about life and world. Then choose another song like Nothing Else as a single, because it's the heaviest song on the record, so people are going to be like, wow, this band has so much energy. And then like choose a more laid back song, maybe turn the tables, you know, more radio-friendly song, but still with grit and heaviness, maybe even Final Cry. Then at the end choose Medicate, because that is a bop. Everyone likes Medicate. So this band's history and future would have gone quite differently if they were loved and cared by the label, because the songs here have potential. They're great, especially the demo versions. So yeah, I am very angry. This is probably the only review on this channel where I am angry at the label, not the band themselves. Like, why would this happen? Now let me show you how my tracklist of this record actually looks like, because I feel like whoever made this tracklist, like, shat his bed. Like, he's the Amber Heard of making tracklists for albums. So this is what I think would become actually, you know, respected by people. If this was the cut that was released in 2004, when it says demo version, I mean the demo recording, but it would be with the production of the final album, you know. So let's open up with Medicate, but the demo version, you know, with the more fun verses and the chorus. Make this a single with the music video. Same with You've Changed and Turn the Tables. Just take the album versions but make them singles. Final Cry, only the demo version. This is like the perfect way of how this record flows. From Medicate to You've Changed to Turn the Tables to Final Cry to Endangered Species to All the Worst. It works so well. I've been listening to this record like this for over 10 years, and it's way better than that awful tracklist somebody else chose for the album. Then I would just put all of the B-sides, because they are better songs than the ones we've gotten on the album. After Consequences End, I would just put Medicate as a hidden track, you know, like in the past old school nu metal bands would do, they would hide a song. Just hide Medicate, but the 2004 version, which is also fantastic, like having two songs with the same name and being so good. And as a bonus tracks, you know, like on a deluxe edition or maybe Japanese edition, I'd recognize, and not enough, the demo versions, but with the production of the albums. And this would have been a massive success. This could have been the best Flaw record ever. This could have sold more than Through My Eyes, I think, if it was done with taste and with more, you know, thought out process behind the singles and the music videos and the promotion of the band. Because if you promote something, even if the songs aren't that great, it might become success. Like, look at Sleep Token. Sorry for shitting on Sleep Token, but their album isn't that great, but they've still become quite big. Endangered Species is much better musically and like vocally. Like, this band had talent here. They had so much going on, and it was all wasted because of the label and mismanagement. That's my review of Endangered Species. Sorry that it's such a long video and kinda all over the place, but I just had to make this because when I'm listening to this tracklist, you know, I've made, I listened to this from beginning to the end. It's like, wow, it's like a journey. It's like one of the best albums I've ever heard. But it's a lie, because an album like this does not exist, because the final version of the albums is different. And it has so much shitty songs or average songs in the middle, and it just makes no sense. That's all from me. Celebrate the recipe by spinning these songs, like listen to all of the demos and the B-sides and the final cuts. Compare which versions of the songs you like more, because who knows, maybe you like more the final cut of Final Cry and not the demo. Why? I'm not going to tell you which one is better. For me it's the demo, for you it might be the final one. Just do it, just check everything out. Check it out, especially if you're a fan of Flaw and you've never heard about the B-sides, because wow, then you're in for a treat, because the B-sides sound great, especially Nothing Else, Changing Places, Sound Your Voice, and Can Forget. Those ones are really like wow. So that's all from me. Give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, links in the description. Leave a comment if you've listened to this record and you enjoy it. Tell me what you think about it. Do you enjoy how it was released? Maybe it's your favorite, maybe you think it's the worst Flaw album. I'm not sure. Support me by joining my Patreon or YouTube membership so I can make more videos like this one. And that's all. See you later in another video. Bye!